Shalom, shalom, mishpaha, wahabarim. That means peace, wellness, wholeness to family and friends. It's your girl, sister Ashanti, or Shan-t DoC here on the Facebook, and then on YouTube, I am 916 Shan. I said I was going to do more of these, showing a little bit of how I'm able to translate certain words from reading them from the Hebrew to the English. I'm going to show you a little parsing. Parsing is when you're breaking down a word, and whether it's a noun, adjective, and if it's a verb, whether it's the first person doing it, the second person doing it, or the third person doing it, what type of verb it is, whether it's a perfect or imperfect, things of that nature. That's what I'll be doing today, just a little bit. I want to make this short and sweet. This is going to be one of two videos. The next video I'll do is a little bit of the same thing when it comes to the biblical Greek. And so with this video, I'll be going more into the verbs, talking about what the verbs are, the binyan, the building blocks from Hebrew. And people want to know how I do this. I pretty much started learning Hebrew. I believe it was the fall of 2013. I picked up a book by John H. Dobson, Learn Biblical Hebrew. And then I think like a year or two later, I picked up another book, Basics of Biblical Hebrew. And that book is by Miles Van Pelt. He's one of the authors of that book. But enough of that. So just to give you a gist of the verb, the binyan, conjugations, the five base stems are the cal form, which talks about something in its base form. It states what something is in, or what condition something is in. And the nifal stem shows something in its passive or reflexive. Was, when you hear the word was a lot, that's a trigger to know something is in its nifal. And when something is in its PL stem, it means it's in its intensive active form. So instead of saying he broke, you'll say he smashed to pieces. Instead of saying he killed, you'll say he slaughtered. When something is in its hifil state, that means it's in its causative state. Something's caused to be done. And then when something is in its hitpael state, you're doing something to or for yourself, or you're declaring, you're acting or pretending something to those effects when it comes to the hitpael. So just a little bit. Right now I have Exodus 19. I just chose to do Exodus 19 because it's one of the pictures I shared of what I was reading, and it's pretty easy to go through. It's pretty easy to go through, and it's pretty simple. And it has a lot of meaning. It's the beginning of the covenant when the Most High Yahweh delivered the children of Israel out of the bondage of slavery, out of the bondage of Egypt, and brought them into the wilderness. And this is the beginning of the marriage vow, or the covenant. You know, hey, he's the Most High is making the Most High is pretty much saying, hey, you know, I did this for you. You've witnessed some things, and I want to be this deity to you, right? If you give me the opportunity, you know, and I'll read. So I'll read, so I won't make this video too long. All right, so I'm gonna use the apps here to point to the words, and then I'll show you a little bit of how I'm able to parse and actually see some things. All right, so here we go, and bear with me, pray with me. Bachodesh hashilishi lezet b'nei Yisrael me'eretz Mitzrayim bayom hazeh ba'u midbar Sinai. And that is in the month, the third month. So in the third month, going out, children of Israel from the land of Egypt, the Yom Hazeh in in this day. So in the same day, they came to the wilderness of Sinai. And so that bet right there, that's the preposition that lets me know it's in. And then you have the ha there, the hey with the pad tack under it. That means the, and then shalishi would be third. If it was shaloshim, it would be 30, right? But here it says shalishi, so that would be third. And this is the infinitive construct right here. That means to go forth or to come out, or going out or going forth, right? This word right here, ba'u. I believe that's the third person common plural. They, third person is they came, right? So I looked at the last of the letter here, the wa with the shudek in it. That lets me know it's a third person. But I have to go back and check if it's a common plural or if it's a masculine plural. But I actually believe, from what I'm seeing, from what I'm trying to remember, I know it's they, because I kind of get mixed up on those things sometimes. But I'm still learning, right? So, let's see. Second verse. Wayis'u merifidim wayabo'u midbar Sinai wayachanu bamidbar wayachan sham Yisrael neged hahar. Okay, so and they journeyed, or they set out. This word right here, I think that comes from the root nasa, and I'm able to see that it's a third person. What is it? Third person. It's in his cow stem. It's in his cow stem. Third person. Third person masculine plural. And it's a wool conversive imperfect. It's imperfect because it has that that wa and that yod there, and then that yod and that prefix yod, and then this formative here, the wa with the shudek, that lets me know it's they, right? So these are some of the things I have to work through when I go through the word. So, and they set out, or they journeyed out from Rephidim. So that mem prefix right there, that preposition, it means of or from. Sometimes it means to. And this is this word wayabo'u, and they came, right? So to come in, to enter is bo, the root, and it's in its cow stem, third person masculine plural. It's wool conversive imperfect. It's wool conversive imperfect because there's that beginning wa right there, and then that yod, and that beginning wa and that yod, it means it's like an imperfect action, but it's already completed when it has that wa there. So, and then that yod, and then the shudek here, the wa with the dot inside, the shudek, lets me know it's a third person masculine plural, right? So, and they journeyed out from Rephidim, and they came to the wilderness of Sinai, Wayachanu, and they pitched, or they settled there, in Bad Midbar, in the wilderness, Wayachan, and they encamped there. Israel did encamp there. Neged is like something in front of you, and then Hahar, the mountain. So that's the definite article hey right there, right? All right. So I'm not gonna make this too long, but I want to get to verse 8. So let's see here. So Moshe ala el ha-Elohim Wayikra Eli Yahweh min hahar lemor ko tomar lebet Yaakov wateged limne Yisrael. So pretty much it's saying, and Moses he went up to Elohim, and he called to him that Yod Wah at the end him, right? That's that pronominal suffix there. Called to him. Who called to him? Who called to Moses? Yahweh did. Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh did. Yahweh did. From the mountain, saying, thus you shall say. That's that ta prefix right there, second person masculine singular. You shall say to the house, Yaakov, and you cause to tell to the children of Israel. This is a hefil right here. This word right here, hefil. I believe that's the hefil imperfect. I think that's a hefil imperfect, second person masculine singular. Or let me see, second person. It's the second person masculine singular. Yeah, because Yahweh is telling Moses to tell the children of Israel something. All right. And let's see, verse 4. So atem reitem asher asiti le Mitzrayim wa'esa etchem al kanfe nasherim wa'abi etchem elah. So that is, let me see, you have seen. So that's the second person masculine, the second person masculine plural, so it's the formative of ra'ah. It's in this cow perfect stem, right? So you have seen what I have done. That's that ta hidek yod formative there. It means I. So I have done to the Egyptians, and I lifted you, I carried you. This is I lifted you, I carried you. See, I carried you upon the wings of eagles. Nesher wa'abi, and I brought you to me. I brought you to myself. I'm only going over some words, you know what I mean? I'm only going over some words. I'm trying to get through this. So let's see. We ataim shamoa tishmeu bekoli ushemartem et beriti huihyetem li segula mikol ha'amayim kilikol ha'aretz. So it says, and you, if this is a cal infinitive absolute, because it's the comments under the shin and the holomoa there, shamoa tishmeu. So that's in, and now if and when a word is double up like this, is for emphasis, right? So this word right here is the second person masculine plural with the ta prefix in the wa with the dot inside the shudek. So you shall keep shema. If heed, obey, hear and obey, not keep. That's shamar. Shamar is keep. Shema is heed and obey, hear and obey. So, and you, if surely you shall obey my voice, and you keep my covenant, then you become to me a treasure, more than all the peoples, because mine is all the earth, the land. right? All right. All right. Almost done. So I got to read verses 6, 7, and 8. This stuff is not easy, right? Especially when doing a video, you know somebody's going to be watching later on. So this is this. Weatem yu li mam lechet kohanim wegoy kadosh ele hadabarim asher tedaber el bnei Yisrael. So that is, and you shall be to me. You shall be to me a kingdom of. So mamlecha. This is it's infinitive construct right here. So we have the word of after which, right? So, and you shall be to me a kingdom, kohanim, priest. Kohan is the priest, and a nation that's holy, a holy nation, right? These are the words. Dabar is word, right? Dabar is word. So when you have hadabarim, that's the plural, right? That's the masculine plural. The words which you shall speak. So that's the PL. The PL, second person masculine singular. That's that PL, right? Because we have that ta prefix with that shwa. And under the dalet here we have the patak, and then under the bet here you have the sere, right? So these, the words which you shall speak to the children of Israel. 2 more verses, including 7 and 8, right? So Wayabo Moshe, Wayikra lezikne ha'am, Wayasem lifnehem et kol hadabarim ha'ele asher ziwihu Yahweh. So, and he came, Moshe, and he called to the elders of. So that's that lamed. That's that lamed prefix to, for. Sometimes it means from, and then it's in this construct when you have the root word is zaken, zayin kol for noon, and you have under the noon you have a sere under there, a sere and then a yod. So that lets you know it's construct, and it's in its plural, right? So, and he came. Who came? Moses came, and he called for the elders, or to the elders of the people. And he put before them. So that's third person masculine plural right there with the I believe that's what the preposition there before lifnei him. What did he place? What did Moses place before them? All the words these. So all these words which he commanded. Who commanded? Yahweh commanded them. Yahweh. All right. I'll do a little more parsing here on verse 8, hopefully, because it's you see that it takes mounds of time trying to parse and tell people how you actually are translating the words, and it's also knowing the shoresh or the root words, you know, when it comes to the Hebrew, and that's how I build the vocabulary, right? So last verse here in Exodus 19. Waya'anu kol ha'am yakdan wayomeru kol asher deber Yahweh na'aseh wayasev Moshe et debre ha'am el Yahweh. So Anna. So and they answered. So that's the third person. That's in its costem. It's costem W. It's wool conversive imperfect. And it's third person masculine plural, I believe. Third person masculine plural for they. Right? They. And they answered all the people. Yahad. Yahad would be Yod, Chet, Dalit. Yahad is one or united together. So, and they answered, all the people together. And they said, right? And they said, so that word right there, the root word is Amar, Aleph, Mem, Resh. And you have that conjunction wa with that yod there. That lets you know it's a will conversive. It's like imperfect because of that yod, but it's perfect because of that wa there. And then because of that yod in the beginning prefix, and then the wa with the dot inside, the shoreh, you have they, right? You have they. So that's third person masculine plural, that cow, will conversive imperfect, and they said all which the bear, that's the PL. So that's that PL perfect. That's that PL perfect. Third person masculine singular. So all that he spoke or he said. Who was he? Yahweh. Yod He Wahe. Right? And Yod He Wahe, when you actually look in the preface of your Bible, it'll say that capital L, capital O, capital R, capital D, because of a tradition where the name of the Most High was thought to be too sacred to say. It says they put capital L, capital O, capital R, capital D for Yod He Wahe. Yod He Wahe is third person masculine singular Hifil, Yahweh. He who causes to exist, right? So the people said, and they said what? All that he spoke, Yahweh, all that Yahweh spoke, we shall do. That's first person common plural right there with that noon prefix right there. Asa is to do or to make, right? All which Yahweh he spoke, we shall do. That's we shall do. Wayasheb, and he returned. Who returned? Moses, Moshe, or Moshe. He returned the words of. Remember that construct with that sereyo, dabar, the words of the people to Yahweh. Right? So that's just a little bit of what I do when I'm reading and translating into the English for myself the words of the Most High Yahweh from the Tanakh, the Torah, the Navi'im, and the Ketuvim. Just to let everybody know, I follow Yahweh. I'm a believer of Yahweh and his son Yeshua. I believe Yeshua is the promised Messiah. And I believe Messiah Yeshua is who came in the volume of the book. And I believe the volume of the book is the Torah, the instructions. And that is the instructions of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. So I believe in the deity mighty one, the Elohim, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. So I believe in the Elohim of Abraham, Yitzhak, with Yaakov, also known as Israel, right? So that's just a little bit. I'll have another video coming later to show how I'm able to do the same thing with the Greek, just a little bit. And so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this encourages. I hope this builds and uplifts. Anybody who's thought about wanting to learn the biblical Hebrew, I believe you can do it with some tenacity, some discipline, some consistency. All right. So y'all continue to have a good and blessed day. I know some of us is going to be, doing our thing tonight later on, but whatever you do, whatever you don't do, be safe. All right. Spread love, compassion, grace, mercy, long-suffering, or patience. All right? Shalom, shalom, mishpacha, wahabradim, it's your girl, Shan-t DoC, Shan 916 in the building. Y'all be good. Shalom, shalom.